Million young money, million young money, million young money, young million young million young money, young million young million young.
Welcome to Beating Crypto. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about why I got into Hexmax and why I got into Hexmax over some of these other hex games. So first, let's talk about Hex 2. Now, everyone's been talking about Hex 2, how this big whale come into Hex 2. Now, the reason why I never got into Hex 2 is because look how much is in the contract. There's 698 million in the contract already, which means, yeah, that when you enter your Hex into here, you're going to get less Hex 2, which in return means you're going to get less rewards because the contract is already full. There's already a lot in this contract already. So one thing is, when you come into these hex games or any DApp game or anything, you gotta look at what's in the contract. So that's why I chose not to go into Hex 2. And plus, what a lot of people don't realize is, yeah, with Hex 2, yeah, Hex 2 feeds into Hexmax. So if you was in Hexmax at the time when that big whale come in, you would have caught some of them rewards. So that's one thing to bear in mind. Now the other one everyone's on about is Hex Rise. Now I'm gonna explain to you why I never got into Hex Rise. Now they load up. Now look at the balance in Hex Rise. Look, it's 138 million, which is a lot less than Hexmax. But here's the thing. Look at the in rate. The in rate's at 1.42 and the out rate's at 1.28. The in rate and out rate, it's quite high. So for me, it was not worth it because it's you're getting, when you type in your hex, when you put in your hex in, you're getting less hex free, which then means you're getting less rewards. So it's still not worth it. Now Hexmax on the other hand, now this is where the money's at. Hexmax. This thing has been absolutely phenomenal. So let me explain more about the in rate and the out rate. Now you see you got this in rate here, it's at 1.20, yeah? Now let me explain 1.20, yeah? So if you come here down to the fees, yeah? So where's the fees? Right here, in rate. So when you get into Hexmax, there's a 10% fee. Now this is how the 10% fee is split up. 2% goes to price inflation. So one thing benefit about Hexmax is this price, it can't go down. It's designed to go up. It never can be dumped. No matter how much someone tries, it won't dump. It's not designed like that. Price is designed to go up. So 2% goes to price inflation. Price inflation is this in rate here. So every time someone comes in, this number will increase. This is the in rate right here. So 2% of that 10% goes towards the in rate, which is that. Then you've got 6% goes to rewards. Now your rewards is this here. Every time you're collecting these dividends, these rewards, 6% of that 10% goes here into the rewards. And then the other 1% goes into Hex 2, or if you refer someone, goes towards your referral. And then the other 1% goes into developer, to the developer fee. So that goes to the actual developer. So that's how your in rate works. It's basically the difference between your Hex and Hex 4. The higher this in rate, the higher this in rate number is, the less Hex 4 you're gonna get for your Hex. So let's talk about the out rate now. The out rate, it's the same thing. Now if you go back to the actual fees, so when coming out of Hexmax, you pay a 10% fee. So 2% goes to price inflation. So 2% is going towards the price going up. So when you exit, 2% goes towards this out rate. See this out rate here, yeah? 2% goes to this. So the more people that go out, this number will increase as well. And then 6% here goes towards rewards. So when you go out, other people are getting rewards when you go out. So the out rate is the difference between your Hex 4 here, the difference between your Hex 4 and your Hex. That's how your out rate is calculated. So let me give you an example of how this works. Let's say I wanted to put 100,000 hex into this contract. So that's 100,000 hex there, yeah? 100,000 hex. So for my 100,000 hex, I'm going to get 81,845. So this is the in rate. That's what's known as the in rate. So it's the difference between what hex I'm putting in versus what I'm getting out. What hex 4 I'm getting. So when I go into Hex Max, they're going to take 10% of whatever hex I put in. So if I put 100,000 in, they're going to take 10%. So I'm only going to get 90,000 in this contract. And then that 10% is distributed as the fee structure. So 2% goes to the price inflation. So 2% goes to the in rate right here. 6% goes to rewards. And then the other 1% goes to either referral link, either if you referred someone, or or Hex 2, and then the other 1% goes to the developer. So that's how the in rate works. Now, the benefit of going into Hex Max. So let's talk about why you'd want to go into Hex Max. Reason you want to go into Hex Max is because of these rewards. It's because of these rewards. Now, if you just staked on the original Hex contract, so let's just say I wanted to stake 100,000 here, yeah? So that's 100,000 there, yeah? And let's say I wanted to stake that for what, 7 days. I'm gonna get another 336 in rewards. But guess what? I can do the same thing here. Still collect these rewards and get extra, and while I'm staking, I'm getting more rewards on my hex. I'm actually getting dividends, extra rewards. Now, a lot of people are complaining about the fees, saying that why should I go in? You have to pay a 10% fee out, 10%. I have to pay 10% when I get in, 10% when I get out. But here's the thing: if there was no fees involved, for getting into Hex Max, you would not get these rewards. The only way to get these rewards is if there's fees. If there's no fees, you're not getting rewards. That's just the way it works. So, like, if you've got Hex right now and you're not in Hex Max, I really don't know what you're doing. I mean, I really do not know what you're doing. You're getting free Hex for doing nothing. You're getting free Hex for doing absolutely nothing. I mean, look at this. I mean, look, in Hex 4, I got 3,959, which converts to, so basically I got another 4,354 Hex. And I've only been in this for what, 3 days, for doing nothing, for doing absolutely nothing. Plus I've got another 1,222 just sitting here for doing absolutely nothing. Now let me explain what the roll does. Now, roll basically means, you see this balance here, see this rewards balance here, roll. See this rewards balance? Now, I can either roll. Roll means basically, it's like me taking this hex and going through this whole process again and basically putting it back into the ecosystem. So if it was to roll, they're going to take 10% out of this balance, which will then get me more, Hex 4, which in return will get me more Hex. Or I could choose to redraw it. Now, when you redraw this Hex, there's no fee when redrawing this Hex. If you just click redraw, this will go straight to your wallet. There's no fee for redrawing your Hex. When you roll, that's when you pay a 10% fee, because it's like you're going back into the contract. Now, the way to win in this contract, let's say you put 100,000 in, yeah, you basically want to double up. So basically, the way I'm doing it, yeah, you want to double. So say if you put 100,000 in, I'm going to accumulate. I'm going to keep accumulating this Hex until there's like 200,000, and then I'll pay my 10% fee and I'll come out of it. You know what I mean? So that's the way to do it. So basically, the longer you stay in here, yeah, the more rewards you're going to collect, and that's the way to win with Hex Max. Now, if I was just staking here, I'm only going to get the staking bonus. That's it. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting no extra money. Now, obviously, the only advantage of staking on Hex, on the original Hex AA Lobby, is that there's no fee. You don't pay a 10% fee. Now, here's another thing you got to realize about the fee. When you come into Hex Max, yeah, you're only paying this fee once. Once it's in here, you can stake as many times as you want. So like, I staked this for 7 days. once the 7 days up, I can restake again. I don't have to pay another 10% fee to restake again. There's no fee. Once you come in, yeah, anything, once you've typed in, yeah, and you've come into the contract, you don't have to pay another fee if you're staking. You can just carry, you can stake as many times as you want. You can stake for 30 days, 100 days, whatever you want. You don't have to pay another fee. You don't have to keep paying a fee to stake all the time. There's no fee there. You only pay a fee once you come into the ecosystem. So once you come into the system, you pay that 10% fee. Now let's say like this stake's gonna run out in what? I think I've had it for what? I think it's gonna run out about 3-4 days. When this stake runs out and I end my stake, I can enter another stake again and I will not be charged a fee. Now see, this is the benefit of being in Hexmax. You can actually put your hex in here while staking my hex here, while staking this hex here. It's earning me rewards for doing nothing. I mean, you're holding anyway, and we're all waiting for the price of hex to go up. So while we're waiting for the price of hex to go up, why not earn rewards on your hex? I mean, if you're not in Hexmax, I really don't know what you're doing. I mean, I really don't know what you're doing. I mean, you're missing out. You're missing out on a lot of opportunity. You're missing out on a lot of opportunity. So look, I can roll. I can add roll. This means reinvest, or I can withdraw. Now let's talk about the out. Let me talk about how this works. So you see here, I got Hex 4 unstaked, Hex 4. So let's just copy this number here, yeah? And let's just paste that there. Now you see, this is how the fee is calculated. So this is my Hex 4, yeah? Now you see here where it's got unstaked, it's 4,354, yeah? That's the number, 4,354. Now if you notice here, this number here is 3,918. Basically, the way this works is they take the 10% fee out. So the 10% fee is this. They're basically deducting 10% out of your hex rewards, which leaves you with 3,918. So that's how it works. So basically, it's your Hex 4. Basically, you gotta look at this, your hex. So you gotta type in Hex 4, and basically this comes to the out rate. So it's basically your Hex 4 basically works on this conversion rate of 0.98, which would then give you 3,918. So they take the 10%. They're taking this 10% from this bit here. See, unstaked hex. They take 10%. So 10%, if you take away 10% of 4,354 equals 3,918. So when you click exit, yeah, that's what's going to come to you. That's what you're going to get in your wallet. That's what's going to your wallet. So that's how that works. So just to recap, when you withdraw, this balance here goes straight to your wallet with no fees. When you roll basically means the same as coming back into the contract. But rather than you withdrawing, then clicking approve, then clicking enter, you can just click the one button and it goes straight back into the contract. So it actually saves you time and gas. So it saves you time and money basically. So this is going well. Now look, I've got 1,222 here in rewards. So what I want to do is I want to reinvest it back into the system. So what I do is I click a button here called roll. So what I do is I'll click roll. What this will do now is pop up my MetaMask. Now look, I normally edit the gas fee. I like it fast, so I'm going to click fast. You click save and then you click confirm. And I'll wait for that to go through. So basically this balance is going to reinvest in here. So it's like me taking this hex out, putting it in here. So basically when I reinvest, I'm going to lose 10% of this value. That's how it works. See, now it's gone back into here. So now I'm getting more. See, look, unstaked. So now this number's gone up and this number's gone up. And that's the rate between both of them. So my strategy is, yeah, I've put what, 121,000 in here, yeah. So I want to double up. I mean, me personally, I probably won't come out until I get about what, at least 250,000 in rewards. So my strategy is I'm just going to keep reinvesting until I get the number I want, and then I'm going to come out. Now, what you don't want to do is, a lot of people are getting confused. They're thinking, yeah, I'm going to put my hex in here, I'm going to stake it, Soon as the stake's over, I'm going to end the stake and then come out. If you do that, you're going to lose. The idea is you put your funds in here, you put your Hex in here, you stake it, and you earn rewards. And then once, like, you can stake for 7 days, 30 days, however you want to do it. Like, let's just say you want to stake for 30 days. You leave your Hex in there for 30 days. That's going to keep accumulating Hex for you, and you're going to keep getting rewards on top of that. Versus that if you used to stake here, yes, you're going to get the Hex rewards, but that's it. You're not getting no extra Hex. That's all you're going to get. You're just going to get this. You're just going to get this, just the rewards and nothing else. This, you're getting, your stake is earning you rewards, plus you're getting rewards when people come in and out, which makes this unique. I mean, if you're not in this, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is it. I mean, Hex Max is the way forward. I mean, it's not too late to go in. It's not too late to go in. I'm telling you. I mean, look, I mean, I think I'm going to put some more in. Look, let me give you an example. Let me show you how to come into Hex Max if you choose to come into Hex Max. So let's say I want to put some more in. I'm going to put another 100,000 in here. So 100,000 right now is going to get me another 81,000 Hex for. So this is how you'll do it. So you type in how much Hex you want to put in. So in my case, I'm putting another 100,000 in. I want to click this button here, approve. It's going to load up my MetaMask. Then I'm going to click the gas fee. Now I want it to go through fast, so I'm going to click, I want fast gas. I'm going to click confirm. And I'll wait for that to go through. Now what's going to happen is once that's gone through, this button is going to change. Like at the minute I can't click enter, the button will appear. This button would highlight so I can actually enter it. The button will be there. It will actually light up. The button will light up and it will go white. Once that goes white, I can then enter into the contract. So we'll wait for that to go through. I mean, yeah, see, look, this button's lit up now. So what I do now, I'll click enter, and now I have to pay another gas fee. Now I click edit, click save, and then confirm. And I'll wait for that to go through. And yeah, I mean, look, this is just a money printing machine. If you're not in Hex Max, I really don't know what to tell you. Now, if you want to get involved in Hex Max, this is what you do. You would come to one of my videos right here. You'll click the show more tab and the link will be here. So look, you've basically got a link for Hex. So if you haven't got no Hex, there's a link here for Hex. And if you want to get into Hex Max, there's a link for Hex Max. Now, if you want to get into Hex, you've got to do these extra steps. So say if you have not got no Hex, if you got no Hex, this is what you got to do. You got to click this link here. This is if you've not got no Hex. You wait for this to load. You want to scroll all the way down. And basically, see this bit here, you will look for this bit, how to claim. You scroll all the way down, you click to here, this button here. This will load up this page. You wait for it to load. And then you click here, transform. And then you click show. And then basically, let's say you want to get some Hex. Now by doing this, you're going to get an extra 10% extra Hex. This is if you got no Hex. This is if you want to get involved. You click this enter button. You type in whatever, let's say you want to put 1 ETH or whatever. You type in whatever Hex you want. You click enter. As soon as this countdown goes to 0, this button from enter changes to exit. That's if you want to buy some Hex. Now, if you already got some Hex, then yeah, you just follow, basically you type in how much Hex you want to put into here. You click approve, you pay a gas fee, then this enter button will light up, you click enter and it goes straight back into the system. And that is how you get into Hex Max. Now, I mean, this is just phenomenal. I mean, if you got Hex and you're not in Hex Max, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Oh yeah, another thing as well. I want to give a shout out to Bitcoin News. He shouted me out on one of his videos, so yeah, go check out Bitcoin News. He's new to Hex, so go check out some of his videos. He's got some good information, so go check out Bitcoin News. Oh yeah, another thing as well, I don't know why this happens, and someone can please share why this happens. I don't know why, but for some reason all the comments are not showing up. So to make all the comments show up here, you need to click this thing here, yeah, and you need to put new. See, like now half the comments are missing, like they're not there. So I don't know why this is. If you don't see all the comments, you need to click sort comments, then click newest first. And then what this does is now it brings all the comments up. Now all the comments come up. I don't know why that happens, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, Hex Max. This is what you need to be getting into, is Hex Max. So yeah. So if you found value from this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day.